Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Dogma Disrupted. Today we have a very, very important episode on sexuality. June is right around the corner, and most people know that in North America, that's Pride Month. However, when it comes to sexuality in Islam, we have to take very, very seriously what Islam says about our sexuality. How are we supposed to relate to it? Are we supposed to be led by our desires, or are we supposed to follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even in that? An issue and an area that is so close to how we think about ourselves and how we relate to the world around us. So today joining us, we have Dr. Sharif At-Tughli. He is a professor at Brandeis University, person of many hats, and mashallah, I have to say, translator of an extremely important work to have in the English language by Sheikh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah. I think the translation is The Refutation of Contradiction Between Reason and Revelation, which is an amazing book. And a lot of people don't know that you are behind that, and I want to just draw attention to it because it's a monumental work. Is it published now? Is it available?
So it's actually not a translation because the Dawrat Taharud is 10 volumes long. So it's a study of it. It's based on a full reading of the entire 10 volumes, but it's not a translation. So that actually came out in 2020 and in English, and it's just been translated into Arabic, and the Arabic translation should be coming out by the end of the year, inshallah.
Well, an extremely important contribution to the English language, and something that I've benefited from tremendously. But today we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about sexuality. What is sexuality? How have beliefs about sexuality changed over time?
So that's a very good question, and it sort of takes us right into the heart of the topic, because the word sexuality itself is a fairly new word. In Europe, I think this goes back maybe to the late 18th century, if I remember my Foucault correctly, but you would probably know better, Imam Tom, on that front. If you go to Arabic, there actually isn't a word for sexuality per se. This idea that there's a kind of a sphere of life that has everything to do with kind of one's erotic desires or sexual behavior, and it's called sexuality per se. In contemporary Arabic, some of the people on the cutting edge, of these things who are trying to keep up with Western discourses, I think have translated as like jinsaniya or something like that. But this is clearly a neologism. Even the word jins for sex is rather new.
Stretch too, because
yeah, exactly.
Classically has to do with type and category.
Genus, yeah,
exactly. Right. So to stretch it to mean, it's almost like comes from how we maybe originally think of sex as XY chromosome, but now it's kind of been imposed in a modern sense to have to do with our sex lives.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting how that conflation in English language has carried over through translation into the Arabic language.